just going to say it. Not every client gets the 5-star treatment. And I wish it wasn't like that, but it's just the truth. And you guys let me know down in the comment section if I am alone in this, or if I'm just a bad lawn care business owner operator. But I think if we're honest, I think we all probably struggle that there are some clients that it's very, very difficult to go above and beyond for. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So whenever I show up to somebody's yard, and if they have stuff laying out that hasn't been touched in months, I'm not talking about, they had a party and left some kids' toys out. I'm talking about you've had a satellite dish laying on the side of your house with concrete around it for 4 years, and you are okay with it just laying there. You've had debris piled up on the side of your yard where we can't cut the grass. You have all kinds of stuff in the yard. It makes it very difficult for me, and I'm just being honest here, it makes it very difficult for me to go above and beyond for those types of lawns. That being said, I still do my very best. I really do. I promise I do. But here's the thing. I am the owner. So I will do that. I will bite that bullet. It's hard as heck, but we start blowing at the end. You're finished with the yard, you go back there and you see you left one little sprig of grass, one little tiny sprig of grass around a tree. So you got to take your blower back up to the trailer, walk back there with the weed eater, trim it up, and then come back, okay? Now, if the yard is absolute, if people don't care about their yard, in all honesty, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for me to go set that blower back, grab the trimmer, walk back in the back of the yard, trim that one little blade of grass before I leave. That being said, I just will myself to do it sometimes because I feel like that's the right thing to do. But dang, if clients don't make it hard on us sometimes, man. And if you got like a crew that's working with you, and they are constantly dealing with the same junk on people's yards, it's difficult for them to provide a service that goes above and beyond, or that is an exceptional service. I've said it many times on my channel that good is good enough, and that's just what I have noticed over the years. Like, we're going to provide a quality service, but some clients, man, they just get good service. They don't get exceptional service. And maybe I'm in the wrong for that, and maybe I'm alone in that. But if I had to guess, I don't think I'm alone in that. I think everybody out there probably deals with the same thing. You show up to the client who has their yard picked up, flower beds maintained, the yard just very, very good condition. They're always concerned. There's nothing really out of order. You get there and just provide a first-rate 5 out of 5 stars service. And then you get to some people's houses, man, that they got limbs laying in the yard for you, and then pulled out just dozens and dozens of huge weeds, and they just throw them in the yard for you, like assuming you're going to pick them up or maybe just run them over the mower. But anyways, you guys get what I'm talking about. So how do you deal with that? Okay, so I would say this, and this is what I have to remind myself of. And again, I am talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you. What you have to remind yourself is just because somebody else does not take pride in their place, that is not an excuse for us not to take pride in what we do, okay? Now, again, the disclaimer is it makes it exceptionally more difficult when they don't take pride in their place. But at the end of the day, man, if you know that you are really doing your best, you're providing a good quality service, even when they don't want to, even when the client isn't helping them out much, even when the client isn't picking up their crap, even when the client is leaving stuff all in the yard, like, sometimes you just got to put your head down and just eat it. Just do the hard thing and just eat it, okay? Here's what happens. You get back in the truck, man, and you know you provided an excellent service. You know you provided an excellent service. Even when it was difficult to do, you provided an excellent service. Now, all that being said, I do not think that every client is an A client for you, or for me, for that matter. I have quite a few clients that if they call, they're going to the back of the line. That's just the way it is, man. They're going to the very, very back of the line whenever I'm returning phone calls, following up with emails, and that type of thing. Why is that, John? Why is that? Because not every client is an A client for you, okay? What makes an A client for me? An A client is somebody who's very easy to work with, somebody who doesn't need a whole lot of hand-holding, who is a big account for us as far as revenue goes. If somebody's like constantly calling the office or sending emails and just eating up bandwidth of like my emotional bandwidth and energy, like if somebody's doing that and they're not like a big paying client, dude, like I'm just being honest, like I don't put an equal amount of effort into reciprocating all the energy they're putting into the relationship, if that makes sense, okay? And here's the thing, if you have like a decent amount of clients, you have to operate like that. Not everybody can get your 100% undivided attention, all right? There's a chunk of your clients that they should get your undivided attention, and then there's a good chunk of clients that, you know what? They should just go to the back of the line. They should just go to the back of the line, and that's just the way it is. So next time you're on that property and this person is just a difficult yard and you're trying to provide exceptional service and you look at everything, you're like, man, they're making it hard on me. They're making it hard on me. Just do it. Just do it anyways, okay? You're gonna feel better about yourself. But that being said, rest assured that it's okay. It is okay that not everybody gets your undivided attention, and they shouldn't. They should not. If you want a book that like talks about that, I recommend The Pumpkin Plan by Michael Michalowicz. That was a book I read a long time ago, and applied a lot of those principles to my business. I will link it down there in like a comment or something. So if you're interested in that, or if you want some help starting your lawn care business, go check out Turf Pros Academy. I always keep that in the description of all my videos.